Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. Yesterday, during the Ready, Set, Go preview show, I basically made a comment that I have some things that I am working on that I am anxious to introduce people to. And this live stream is a continuation of that thought. I thought there would at least be a day or so between these things, but nevertheless, we are here today and I'm ready to make an announcement of something that I have been working on for months. I've literally been working on this thing actively for a few months, and probably it has been in my head for like over a year. And I am pleased to finally be able to talk about it publicly to the masses. I will tell you that the Patreon members have known about this for quite some time, and they've known about it for so long that they've been like, yeah, you told us about this thing, so is it actually going to happen? And indeed it is. I will tell you that this little surprise that I've been working on is something that I have actually been teasing off and on in the background of my videos for quite some time, and no one has really noticed. And for me, that's kind of the fun of some of this stuff, is that I work on these things, I plant them sometimes in the room and just wait to see if anybody's going to ask a question about it. And in fact, in the scene that you are watching right now, the thing that I've been working on is actually sitting in the background. I want to show, I'll show it, and then I'll give you some context for it, maybe as I do it, and then also on the back side of it. But more than a year ago, I had this idea for something that I wanted to do. You guys know that I'm a big fan of trying to bring to you all things that are practical in nature. There's a reason why I did box cutters. There's a reason why I did painter's tape, because I think that these things are helpful. There's a reason why I did the delicate stickers that I came out with on regiecollects.com. These are all practical things that we can actually make use of within the hobby, and it's not just some tchotchke that we buy, right? So in that spirit, I am pleased to show you guys the Comics to Go box. This is a storage box for transporting comics to and fro. And it doesn't matter whether you're transporting them from your local comic shop after picking them up on New Comic Book Day, or whether you're transporting them from a con or something like that. We now have Regie Collects Comics to Go boxes. And these things, if you look at it, this is actually the artwork that was done by Yukio Smith for my exclusive variant Gung Ho issue number 7. What we did is we took the black and white version of that artwork and I turned it basically into a storage box, and you can see it right there in all of its glory. This is that fantastic artwork where we basically did an homage to Amazing Spider-Man issue number 110. We did it in black and white because that is very striking, especially when you turn it around and you get all of that vainglorious red on the inside, which is upside down. You can see Regie Collects, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder, and also Swoldier right there. This thing was actually done for me. This artwork was put together for me by Scott. Scott P is a blogger for me, and he also does a lot of the artwork for me as well when I'm working on different projects like the Gibbon Gang t-shirts or hoodies that we just rolled out. He does all of that stuff. He did a really, really good job of doing this. And what was cool is he actually took the artwork and made a mock-up of this thing. And the mock-up was like literally this big. Imagine a full-size store folio this big. That is essentially what he created so that we could get a feel for how the pieces would fit together. And this project has literally taken from concept to today. It has taken several months to plan it out, to execute it, to get it delivered, and to get these actual things in my hand. And if you look on the shelf behind me, the prototype has been sitting there in the background for a few months now. And I've literally been taking it to local comic shops, trying to beat it up as I'm, transporting my own books to and fro, trying to get a feel for how this thing will wear over time. we realized that there were some defects with that. We've improved those defects, and what you are basically going to be getting is an improved product that has been tested out over a series of months. And I am very pumped about this. This has been a very, very cool project to actually work on. And in just a couple of moments, these things are going to be available on regiecollects.com. I'll give you guys a little bit of background or a little bit of texture for this. They are going to be $15 each, and if you buy two, it drops the price to $28. Shipping is somewhat expensive at about $10 for a single and about $12 for two of them together. So not terribly bad. And again, the the comics to go box is able to transport about 15 bagged and boarded comics. And of course, more than that, if you don't have a bag or a board, you probably get up to about 20 or so in these things. They have these 3 magnetic closures that secure the flap to the folder so that this thing does not accidentally open up on you. And again, very, very cool thing that I'm pleased to actually roll out to folks because it is something you can use. And what was crazy is I was at a comic shop about 3 weeks ago, and I had my box with me, and this guy was like, "Where'd you get that from?" I said, "I made it." And he just kind of stared at me. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I make these things." And he still just kind of stared at me. So I opened it up and I was like, "Yeah, well, this is the artwork that I actually used on my exclusive variant." And I kind of showed it to him. I had these made, blah, blah, blah. And he still, I don't think he fully appreciated what I was describing, because his question to me was, "So can I buy that inside?" And I'm like, "No, dude, I made these." So hopefully you guys will like these things. I enjoyed them. I think this guy liked it as well, even though he was a little confused by what I was saying. But let me go to the chat real quick to see what questions folks have. Brother, here's the thing, and brother, we started working on this project many months ago, and it has taken 3 months for these things to actually show up after they were already produced. It's coinky dink that it's on the tail end of the hoodies. It is a coinky dink that it actually happened. So there is no signed version. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how well me signing these would actually hold up, to be completely honest, because of the coating that is placed on here and the fact that people would be constantly touching it. I don't know how well that would hold up. So I would hate to take your money for something that would wear away. And maybe what I'll do is end up testing it on one to kind of see how it performs and then maybe offer it later. I would, if I had thought of it, I would have done that before and then been able to give you a better answer. But today, my thing would be, I would not want to do that because I'm not quite sure that it would hold up. Kid Collector's in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Sith Lord, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Freaky Louie is in the house. It's good to see you, brother. It is good to see you, Z. Welcome, brother. Cool box. What is that cool box? What is that? The stare down. Let me see. When it will be available in about 5 minutes, because I'm actually going to turn the links on because I forgot to turn them active right before the live stream. So literally it is available right now. Right now, I just flipped the switch so you guys can actually see that it is available on regiecollects.com. I basically have it set up so that you can buy a single box for $15 and 2 boxes for $28. It is available in US and Canada. Recognize that if you are in Canada, there will be some additional shipping charges, and the shipping is not cheap. You guys know that shipping is definitely not cheap to Canada. It's not even cheap to US right now. They raised the prices during the holidays, so maybe it'll come back down, but shipping to Canada will not be cheap. So just FYI on that one. So scrolling through some of the comments, Off-White Tim, it's good to see you, brother. Juggernaut, is good to see you. I'll rip through it real quick again here in 1 second. Cameron, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Okay, cool. So, a couple of people have come in late, so I wanted to kind of go through this again, and I'll do it very briefly this time. For the last several months, I have been working on a secret project that is actually sitting right back there. I don't think that anyone noticed it other than maybe Patreon members, because they kind of knew what to look for. But what I have been doing, if you guys are paying attention, is coming out with these practical things that I think people can use, like painter's tape, like box cutters, like the fragile stickers, all of which are offered on ReggieCollects.com or have been at one point in time. And secretly, I was doing those things to be able to put me in a position to do this next thing, which is a comics to go storage box. Basically, what I've done is taken the wonderful artwork by Yukio Smith that was the cover for my exclusive variant from Gung Ho issue number 7 and turned it into a comics to go storage box. And you can see it in all of its glory stretched out right there. And this is it right here. It is basically a really awesome, storage box that you can use to transport your comics to and fro. It has 3 magnets that are in the flap and also in the box that secure this thing. And so it does not flip open, and it will keep your comics safe as you transport them to and fro the comic shop or whatever it happens to be. These are available right now on ReggieCollects.com. I have been beating that one up in the background for a couple of months, and we made some improvements to this thing. I am very proud of this. I will tell you, I have a lot of them on hand, so please visit ReggieCollects.com and pick yourself up something. So that is basically the news. Scrolling down, what is this? Make a combo kit with the new box and your cleaning kit. What's crazy, bro, is that I literally just restocked my my cleaning kits the other day. Like, those have been selling the last week or so. People have been buying those up, and so I had to go back and restock some things. I think I have 24 more cleaning kits in inventory right now, so those are actually available. Do they come in crates? Right now, it is a single and a double. And if somebody wants more than that, just reach out to me and I'll have to figure that out. I don't anticipate people taking crate sizes, but if folks do want a lot more, just let me know, and I'll have to figure out how to price them and then also how to ship them, because I honestly don't know. These things literally just showed up probably an hour ago. I kind of knew they were coming, so I had certain things already set up, so I had to take some quick pictures and then was good to go. So scrolling through, super honorable nephew, it's good to see you, my friend. It is good to see you. That's awesome. I was looking at comic folios online just the other day, and they look like trash. I think mine are legit. I'll be honest with you. I think that they're legit. The one that is the demo back here that I've been using for the last couple of months, we definitely noticed some defects with it, some things happening along the seams. And even after a couple of months, I felt like it was more damaged than what should be there. So we actually changed some things before we went to full production. And so what you'll see with me is that I'll do these things and I'll literally like test it out for a while before pulling the trigger. Like, I'll wear the t-shirt or the hoodie for a few weeks. I'll wash it a couple of times. I'll wear it during the workout, blah, 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 because I want to see how it wears over time before I give it to you guys. Because the last thing I want is for you to get something and be like, this is trash. Like, I don't want these people to be like, this is trash, there is sometimes a little bit of a reason why it takes me a little time. Union Josh is in the house. Hot. It's good to see you. How many comics? So this thing right now will accommodate about 15 comics. There is a standard, if you will, that I adhere to with this. It will hold about 15 comics bagged and boarded, and probably 20 or so that are not bagged and boarded. Of course, it will depend upon the age of the comics, the size of the comics. If you're using king size, annual, square bound stuff, of course, you're going to get less in there, but you should be good for about 15 modern comics bagged and boarded. And they only come in one size right now. We haven't done, magazine size or any of that other kind of stuff. This is standard. I'm going to the LCS on Wednesday and I'm picking up my stash of books. That's this comics to go box, again, available on ReggieCollects.com. All right. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. I need to actually go do some work now because it is a work day. I have to get back into that groove. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. Certainly, if you guys have questions, I am available on Instagram at ReggieCollects, or you can send me an email to Regie@ReggieCollects.com. I will attempt to respond to you guys as best I can. Again, I have some work that I have to get to, but I will respond to you. And thank you to everyone that is placed in order so far. My watch is actually vibrating and I can see the phone out of the corner of my eye, and it looks like people are buying. So thank you guys for that. I absolutely appreciate you. And like I said, if you guys need me, I am not too hard to find. Take care.